Hey guys, welcome to this lecture. Now we will see how you can create the security profile groups. So in previous lecture, I forgot to tell you about that. So if you go to objects, just beneath security profiles, you have the security profile groups, right? So this is the industry practice. So we create different groups. Let's say profile, test security profile group, and then we will have prod. So in test you can always put your newly created profiles, right? And then you can apply it and you can see how it is behaving in your network, and then you have your prod one, right? And then you can roll out the changes accordingly. Okay, so data filtering is not there, default. Yeah, click OK. Similarly, you can have your prod security profile, and here you can have a different set of profiles configured, and you can just test it out how it is working. Okay, so instead of strict, let's say we have default here in the production. We don't want to block unnecessary traffic of our users, and we have test, we have prod. You can create the user groups as well, and accordingly you can apply these profiles on your security rules. So let's say this internet access, right now it is my production rule. So because I have not done the user integration, so I will have it on group basis, and I will call my yeah. So I will call my production security profile group here, right? And whatever profiles you have configured on it, it will be automatically added here. So moving to the next topic, that is our application identification. So if you are not aware, let me tell you that Palo Alto has given this thing to the world, that app-based, you know, uh, rule creations and all that. This concept, app identification, was given by Palo Alto first. Then everyone just, did the copy paste. You know how world works. So, the app database which we get from the Palo Alto is like huge. We are getting almost 4,000 application signatures. So if you go to objects, there is a Applipedia from Palo Altos. So if you click on applications, you'll get the details of the applications, whatever applications are available in our database, right? And the list is very big. You can see almost 1700 business systems, 500 collaboration, 356 general internet, 329 media, 500 networking, and 819 apps like SaaS based applications. These are the categories. Then we have subcategories: audio streaming, authentication service, content management, customer service, database design, email, right? You have these subcategories. Then risk associated with each application. So you can see 2000 applications with risk category 1 which are safe. 995 are with 2 which are like almost close to risk 1 categories. They are safe. Then 570 applications are there which are like medium risk applications. Then 4 and 5 are like, high risk. I mean, 5 is like high, totally risky application, and 4 you can consider like risky application. So if you do the calculation, it will somewhere come around 4,000 applications signature database which you get from Palo Alto. Then these are the tags: deleting, DLP, downloading, editing, e-learning. These are the tags which gets associated with your applications. Okay, so what happened? Yeah. Then characteristics: data breaches, evasive, excessive bandwidth, infra IP based restrictions, all these things. You can check it out here, right? If you want to do search, let's say I want to see how many apps do I have for Facebook. So you can simply type Facebook and you can see, we have this Facebook apps, social networking, risk is 4, standard ports of working, 443 and 80 TCP. Then this is the base application, right? Risk is 4. Then Facebook chat is there, Facebook code is there, Facebook downloading is there, right? Facebook file sharing is there, games, posting, rooms, social plugin, Facebook uploading, right? Video, voice, Facebook mail. So all these applications available. Then we have Tinder, Trippy, and similarly, if you want to see basis on category, so you can just simply type social networking, you know, so it will give you the application basis on social networking. So you can see all these applications available. Social networking, instant messaging, right? So this is how you can check the Applipedia database of the Palo Alto firewall. If you search YouTube, so you can see YouTube base. So this is like photo, video, media category, live chat, live viewing, live posting, YouTube posting, safety mode, streaming, you know, YouTube TV streaming, uploading, all these sub chats, sub applications available. Then similarly, you can create the application groups. If you want to create application groups as per your business need, you can click on add, you can define the name, let's say streaming apps, right? And you can add them here. So like YouTube is there. So search for YouTube. So YouTube and relatively you need to add all the like YouTube base and all that stuff. So YouTube base, then whatever streaming applications available. Vimeo is there, right? So let's see, do we have any app for Vimeo? So Vimeo is another streaming platform. Likewise, you can create the group of applications. Then we have this application filter if you want to create filter. So let's say I want to, you know, these are the applications which I'm excluding, you know. So if this filter will be applied to a security rule, these apps will be excluded. So you can give it a name, new apps, and if you want to create a security rule only for new applications, then you can click apply to only new app IDs only, and then you can click OK. So you can create a security rule how you are going to handle the new app signatures, because periodically we are receiving the app signatures update from the Palo Alto. So periodically they are adding the new app signatures, how you are going to handle them. Okay. Then in your policy, if you go to policy here, let's say we will remove this, and we will create a more specific rule now basis on application app based rule. So traffic is coming from trust, LAN subnet, destination is untrust, application. So here either you can call your application group which you have created, or you can simply call application here, right? So let's say I want to block the group, and you want to define the group name, or you want to browse one, right? So let me just apply that group. So streaming, because it becomes very cumbersome when you're adding applications from here, because you need to just check it out and all that stuff. So you can see application group is here, streaming apps, right? And then depends on Google base, SSL, web browsing. So since we are doing decryption, so it will not depend on Google base or web browsing or SSL. We will be able to identify the app correctly, right? But there are certain applications which are not identified properly and they depend on these base applications, right? So if SSL decryption is not on, and if you are making a connection with the normal website which is not known to everyone, and it is also not there in the Applipedia database, so your application will be identified as SSL if you are not doing the decryption. If you are making connection with port 80 website and the domain name is not that well known, it will be classified as web browsing. And then there are certain websites which are dependent on Google base, you know, so you can tick this checkbox. So it depends on, right? So add to current rule, add to existing rule. So if I do add to current rule, it will add it here, right? So you can search it and you can add it. And if you wanna add on SSL, I mean, since we are creating the block rule, so I don't wanna block the Google base. I will keep my streaming apps like this, okay? And service URL category, application default, category could be anything. Action will be deny. So now I am, denying the action. And let me just verify what I have configured in this group. So let's place this rule at top, okay, and go back to your application group. And here we will add, Facebook chat and all that. So YouTube base should not be blocked, or Vimeo base should not be blocked. So let's add them applications properly. So we will add YouTube streaming. I just type streaming, it will all automatically find YouTube. So YouTube streaming is there, right? Then you have Netflix streaming. So Netflix streaming is there, right? And then we have Vimeo. So if you wanna block Vimeo uploading, I mean user can log in but cannot upload anything, right? And these are the streaming apps group we have created. Similarly, you can create Facebook chat, block rule. So it will users will be able to open up the Facebook web page, but they won't be able to, you know, do the streaming and all that. I mean, do the chatting and all that. Okay. And also modify your rule for streaming profile. So for streaming, what we have done, so let's search it out from here. Streaming. So it's alert. So make it allow. Okay. And then commit. So by doing this, we have created the rules basis on application signatures. So this application signature is giving you the granular control, right? With only URL filtering, either you were able to block the domain complete website, right? Or you were able to block the websites basis on their categories. But if you want to get the granular control, let's say I want my users to visit Facebook, but I don't want them to upload any information or do chatting. So you can get the granular control and they can just check out the news and all that stuff on the Facebook. Rest of the things will be blocked. I mean, you don't want them to do gaming stuff, right? Because it's like in digital marketing. So you must be having the digital marketing department in your organization who needs Facebook access. So you cannot block the Facebook for all the users. So if you need to block gaming for them, so you can just block gaming. Rest of the things will be allowed, right? So this is how, with the help of the applications, you get more control on the internet access. And when you want to block any particular URI or any particular URL, then you can do it with the help of the URL category object. You need to create a custom category object. I will show you that as well in this video only, so that you know how to block any specific URL, because so far in security policy you don't get option to place any URL. Okay, so this is committed now. So if I go to policies, now we have this rule at top, app based rule, and it is blocking. So as of now there is no hit. Okay, so let's go here and visit YouTube, and if you try to play any video, then it should get blocked. YouTube web page will be open it up for you, but you won't be able to play any video. So youtube.com, and now if I will try to play any video, it will not work. And if you want to see the connection, whether we are doing the decryption or not, then you can see what certificate chain you are getting. So if you are getting imca.lab.local, it means that firewall is doing the decryption. So right now we are getting the main certificate. It means we are not doing the decryption on this website, right? So this has bypassed the decryption. Or this might be possible, that website tried loading it from cache, right? So if I go to monitor and if I go to traffic, so now I will be able to see the applications ping, DNS base, right? And quick. Oh, I just forgot to block this quick application. So, this is the application from the Google itself. So what it does, it bypasses this TCP three-way handshake, because TCP three-way handshake, it's like a slow protocol, So we should not allow this quick in production environment, because then it bypasses so many things for us. So if you need to get the granular control, first of all you need to block this protocol. So just block this quick protocol, I mean the application. It will help you to allow your LAN users to do TCP three-way handshake with the websites, so that your firewall can, understand the connections properly and take the actions as per the defined security posture. So let's do the commit. And meanwhile, if I go to monitor, I can apply the application based, uh, you know, filter. So my application is like YouTube streaming, YouTube streaming. And if I go here, if I try to play any video, so it might work right now, because we are not doing the decryption. So we won't be getting the granular control on the website, you know. So to get the granular control, it is mandatory to do the decryption. So let's see what certificate chain we have. It is loading. Meanwhile, you can see that we have deny. User is this. YouTube streaming application identified, policy deny. App based rule. You can check the logs. Okay. And if I check here, but streaming is working, you can see videos playing. Reason being that we have not decrypted this session, you know. So that's the reason streaming was able to work. If you decrypt the session properly, then streaming cannot work. I mean, it will just keep on loading and then it will just throw you an error that we are not able to play the video. So this is the power of SSL decryption, right? If you wanna get the granular control on the website, you need to do the decryption. So if I will check now, similarly, you have LinkedIn application where you can, you know, prevent the upload or post, right? So there are well-known websites whose applications and signatures are well updated in the database. But problem comes for the custom applications if customers are running any custom application in their environment or so now you can see imca.lab.local, so we are doing the decryption. So if I will play any video now, it will not work. And you know uh, you have custom applications, you have newly added web applications for which you don't have signatures available, so you can add the custom signatures, or you know you can simply create a rule based basis on FQDNs or exact URLs, which I'm going to show you how you can block a particular URL if you want to block it, or particular URI if you want to block it, right? So we can do that. Or if you don't want to block, let's say I want to block support.cisco.com, but I don't want to block cisco.com, right? So how you can do that? So we can see that, right? So if now I will try to play any video, let's say if I try to play any video, this video I will try to play. So it should not work. I mean, it will rotate and then it will give us an error that we cannot load the video properly, and we should be getting more logs here. So now you can see that how many logs you have received, right? YouTube streaming, and this should just keep on rotating. Video should not play. So you have seen it, right? When decryption was not there in place, we were able to play the video. But now we have decryption in the picture. It should not play, right? So that is the power of SSL decryption. So let's see how it works, because continuously we are getting logs here that streaming is getting blocked, streaming is getting blocked. App-based rule is taking effect for us. So let's see if it moves. So similarly, you can apply the granular control on Facebook. You can block the chat, you can block the games, and another thing is, app identification is like CPU consuming process, and packet entering in ingress stage, then it goes flow lookup, then slow path, then creating the session, then it goes into fast path, and then it goes for the app identification. If you want to bypass that phase, app identification phase, so there is an option provided by the Palo Alto, that is application override. So with the help of application override, you can bypass the app identification phase from the entire packet flow, right? Why do we do that? Because we need to save the CPU cycles. So small applications like DNS, ping, they are very small and they are like huge in volume. So every system is generating DNS related traffic. Every system might be doing pings here and there. So if your CPU is getting wasted in identifying these apps, it will be like, your performance, your firewall performance is not up to the mark. So to optimize the performance, you can override these application from identification and you can save your CPU cycles. So you will see it will keep on rotating like that. So let's do one thing. Let's go back and create the application override where now we will not identify the DNS traffic. So if you go to monitor here, if you type DNS, so we are doing the app identification for the DNS, right? So it is basically wasting CPU cycles. We can see application DNS, 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 DNS. So if you go to policy and if you come here application override, so we can save our CPU cycles. If you click on add, you can give it a name DNS app override. Or generally we do it for custom applications where our firewall is not able to identify our app because this is the custom application running in my environment and certain policies are not taking hit properly. So you can create this override to bypass it. Then source, so traffic coming from trust, address my LAN subnet, destination going to untrust, protocol and application. So port number 53, UDP, application DNS. So we have these applications available, right? So if you go to monitor, so you can see that we are not decrypting it, right? So this is the actual application and you can see the connections. Okay, so all these things you are identifying and you are wasting on your CPU. So let's bypass this, commit. So after this commit, the firewall will not try to identify the DNS related packets. And if you go to application command center, if you go to network activity, here you will be able to see DNS related application usage as well. So if you want to bypass it, you don't want this traffic to be in your reports and all that stuff, right? So you can bypass it with the help of application override. So it takes time, so here you can select last 15 minutes, last 1 hour, right? And you can apply global filters. We will cover this part as well, right? So you can see quick SSL, Google base, ping, DNS, right? So whatever YouTube based photo, video, infrastructure, networking, and if I will make it last 1 hour, so you can see the database. So what applications your users are visiting, quick YouTube based web browsing, ping, SSL, DNS over HTTPS, Google updates and all that, right? And this is the traffic flow. Then you can see source IP activity, destination IP activity. These are the source IP addresses. These are the destination IPs. Then source region, destination regions. All these details you can get, right? And host information profile we have not configured yet. We will do it and we will let you know. Rule usage, right? Then profile activity. All these details you can get. Similarly, if you go to thread activity, so it will give you the last 1 hour threat reports, right? What is happening in your environment. So let's see if that commit is complete or not. Yeah, it is almost done. Okay. So now we have this application override in place, and we will see do we have hit counts, right? So zero hit count. Let's generate the DNS query. So see do we have any hit count here. So let's wait for it. So you can see we have three hit counts, right? Similarly, check whether they are increasing or not. Not right now. So let's do another lookup. Uh, ngcloudx.com, right? So if we refresh, you can see, right? And now if you go to monitor and if you remove this application and instead of this, if you apply this port based filter, syntax error. Okay, let me just remove this and so now you will be able to see that application identified as DNS base. Instead of DNS, now it is coming DNS base. So let's do one thing, go to policy and add this DNS base as well here so that we can get rid of DNS app identification. Uh, okay. Similarly, you can clone the rule DNS app override after rule. ठीक है DNS. So let's modify the name. So you can clone the rule DNS base app override, right? So here you can search for DNS base. So this is how you can create the bypasses, right? So now you can see that your firewall is not able to identify DNS traffic as DNS application. It is using DNS base next available application. Okay. So if I go to Applipedia and if I will search what are the application signatures available in my firewall for DNS, so you can see. So for DNS, we have DNS base, DNS non-RFC. Okay. DNS over HTTPS, DNS over TLS. So these are the things which are available. So this is how we create the application override. Then there are other basic stuff as well, like addresses. You can create the addresses, LAN, subnet, web server, right? You can create the address group here. So click. These are the basic stuff, very basic. Uh, London DC group, address group, right? So type static, dynamic, and then addresses. You can click on add LAN subnet. You can click on add web server, right? So DMZ and LAN both are included. You can click OK. Then you can call these address groups in your security rules, right? Likewise, you can define the regions. Okay. So you can click on add. You can give it a name. You can click on geolocation. You can add the address, and then you can create your region-based rules as well. I mean, security policy gives very granular control to you, right? Let's say I want to block access to that public website. In this, I want to block access to users outside India, right? So here you can see source address, and if you can make it, region based. So if I will select India, so I will get that. So traffic coming from India. So only those users will be able to access this particular website. So if you are sitting outside India, you won't be able to access this particular website. Similarly, you can call the address groups and all that stuff. So these are very basic fundamentals which we do in every other firewall. And if you are a security based professional, so you must be familiar with all these basic stuffs. This is very basic. So just do commit. So meanwhile, let me see if that previous commit is completed. Yeah, it is completed. So again, just go to this application override and let us, reset the hit counts. If you refresh, so reset rule hit counter or rules. Okay, commit is in progress. So we won't be able to reset it once this commit is done. Meanwhile, let's try to do the DNS query again. And this time let's run it for LinkedIn. And if you go to monitor, let's see what do we get for LinkedIn. So DNS Google, and still it is able to identify as DNS base 925. Okay, and if I go to my application override, so let's see the hit count on DNS base. I mean, I'm just giving you an example, likewise you can create the rules. So it is not getting hits. So this DNS only is getting hits. This is not getting hit, right? So accordingly, you can create the override. You can place it on top of this rule, right? Because rule parsing is done from top to bottom. Okay. So I think we have covered everything related to application here. If you want to learn the deep application identification process, then you can watch out our advanced course for that. Okay. So that's it. In the next video, we will check other policies, and how to do the user ID integration with the firewall so that in the monitor logs, we will be able to see the user related traffic, right? Right now, we are dependent on the IPs, right? So going forward, how you can see user related. And before that, we will also cover this packet capture utility available, right? So if you are doing the basic troubleshooting, then how you can do the packet capturing. And in monitor tab, you do have this app scope. So if you click on summary, it is going to give you the details, of your application summary, and which particular application is taking gaining periodically, right? Timelines, web browsing, SSL, Quick, YouTube based, Google based. So you will be able to identify which apps are more trending in your infrastructure. Then you can see this, change monitor. So you can see application category, right? Journal internet to networking. Then you can see source address from where traffic is getting generated, which machine is generating the traffic. You can see the application, then you can see the gainers, you know. So which one is the biggest gainer, which one is the loser. All these things you can check it out. Then you have this threat monitor, you know. So if you have any data available, any application is creating any threat in your infrastructure, that will be captured, right? And then you have this threat map and network monitor is there. So Facebook, Google update, ping, when they are working, how much traffic they are consuming. Then you have your traffic map, right? And then these predefined reports which we can check it out. So my firewall is in India, right? And this is the risk to traffic where I'm communicating, right? So mostly traffic is going towards US. Okay, so I think I clicked the wrong link. It will take time to open up that report in more granular level. Uh, yeah, telemetry sharing is disabled. Okay, so that's it. We will get this much information only. This is the traffic flow, incoming, outgoing. So if you want to see outgoing traffic, so you can see from this box where if we are sending the traffic, and these are the risk associated 2.2. These are, highly risk applications. And if I want to see only incoming traffic, so this is the incoming traffic, right, coming to this Palo Alto. Then top 10, top 25, and you can export these details and outgoing traffic you can see. So this is how you get the control on your internet traffic with the help of the applications. So thanks for watching this video. We will connect in next lecture.